What happens to a society when its leaders stopped caring about the people they govern? Usually, things fall apart. Take the ancient Indian kingdom of Magadha, for example. Thousands of years ago, the ruling family there developed a horrific, repeating pattern for how power was passed down from one generation to the next. Succession in Magadha was consistently soaked in blood. Sons regularly took the throne by killing their own fathers, a practice called parricide that had become the kingdom's accepted routine. Eventually, the people of Magadha reached their breaking point. They were exhausted by the endless internal violence tearing their government apart. In a rare historical move, the citizens rebelled. They banded together and successfully drove the violent royal family out of power entirely. To survive, the people realized they had to abandon the traditional royal bloodlines. They needed someone who could actually govern, a stable, competent manager. The people's solution was to hold an election. They chose a man named Sisunaga to be their new king. Sisunaga didn't have royal blood. He was an amatya, a highly capable government official, similar to a viceroy or a senior civil servant. Before taking the throne, Sisunaga had already proved his management skills. He had been stationed in the culturally significant city of Varanasi, managing its busy streets and historic riverfronts. Once in power, King Sisunaga launched his first major initiative. He aimed to resolve a massive threat on their western border, Magadha's greatest rival, the Kingdom of Avanti. Applying his administrative and strategic skills, Sisunaga successfully defeated Avanti. This victory brought an end to a bitter, exhausting war that had dragged on for 100 years. He then annexed Avanti's land entirely. Magadha was now stronger and larger than it had ever been. By treating the kingdom like a massive project instead of a royal playground, Sisunaga unified two of the region's fiercest rivals and solidified Magadha as the area's dominant power. When Shisunaga's time ended, his son Kalashoka took over. He continued the family's legacy of highly effective administration. Kalashoka immediately made a major strategic infrastructure move. He officially shifted the kingdom's capital to the famous centrally located city of Pataliputra. He also focused heavily on cultural development. One of his most notable achievements was hosting the Second Buddhist Council. This was a massive, defining gathering for the entire Buddhist religion, drawing thinkers and monks from all over the known world. Hosting it brought immense prestige and respect to the kingdom. Under Kalashoka, the dynasty transitioned from conquering neighbors to building a sophisticated center for religious thought and regional trade. Yet, despite their military and cultural successes, the Sisunaga dynasty only ruled for roughly 50 years. The family met a brutal and sudden end when a man named Mahapadmananda murdered the king and his sons. Mahapadmananda had no legal right to rule, but he snatched the crown through violence anyway, usurping the throne and ending the Sisunaga line in a single stroke. This violent betrayal immediately wiped out the Sisunagas and birthed the new Nanda dynasty. In just half a century, the Sisunagas had ended 100 years of war, drastically expanded their borders, and brought total stability to a chaotic government. This short-lived family of working civil servants provided the essential blueprint. They built the stable foundation that allowed India to eventually build its massive, unified empires in the centuries to come.